Well, cheers, how you do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? I'm cranking my Pandora as I start this video. As I get it started, the Tube's Classic White Punks on Dope is just ending here on Beer Whisper Radio. Anyways, hey, so a friend of mine, the brewer at the brewery I work with, had picked this up and saved a can for me. When I go back to Springfield on the weekends, there's some things I can get here that we can't get in Arkansas, and there's some things in Arkansas I can't get here. So, like Four Hands, Urban Chestnut, just to name a couple. So, I've been bringing him some beer. So, anyway, he picked this one up for me. I can buy when I go there, but I hadn't picked it up yet, and he had a can left over. So, anyway, 8.5% English-style barley wine from Bike Rack Brewery out of Bentonville, aged in French oak with black currants added. Brewer Josiah Moody and chef Justice Mole dreamt up this brew to be paired with Mole's dish for the Friends of James Beard Ozark Sunday Supper. We present to you a traditional English-style barley wine, a rich and malty strong ale fermented with traditional English yeast, then fermented atop black currants and aged on French oak. Now, if you're not familiar, French oak and Missouri oak will impart different notes. And although Missouri oak will give you some vanilla, French oak tends to give you deeper, richer vanilla. Oh, now they've got Thin Lizzy playing, Dancing in the Moonlight. Oh my gosh, I got a great mix going right now, boy. I'm on fire. Anyways, notes of lively fruit, sweet malt balanced by oak and tannins. He said it was a very interesting beer. He said he was trying to describe the color to him, and he said he just couldn't. It was just such a different color. And he's right. I'm really not sure what to call that either. It's kind of plum-like, prune-like. I'm getting like that prune juice kind of color. Anyway, my nose is a little bit challenged, so bear with me. I've been struggling with allergies and everything else. I'm on the downside of a cold, but I'm still very stuffy. Black currants, I'm not familiar with black currants in all honesty, but I'm guessing that the fruit notes I'm getting are black currants. But for my interpretation, it kind of feels like a very dark plum to me. I'm certainly getting hints of those oak and tannins, though. Oh, wow. Wow. He wasn't kidding. Wow. He was trying to describe it to me. He says it's really hard to describe. It's very interesting and very different, and that it is. It is very much English barley wine, and quite frankly, I've got this a lot colder than it should be. A beer like this probably is best at about 55 to 60. I did pull it out of the fridge a little bit ago, but it's still colder than I really should have had it. It is very malty. English barley wines tend to be very malty. American barley wines have gotten to where they're some are statistically, a double IPA at this point. I mean, it's 10 or 12%, 70 to 100 IBUs. I mean, what's in a name at that point, right? You get this slight tartness right at the finish. I find very interesting. Again, I'm assuming it's a black currant. So, I don't eat black currant, so I'm not familiar with that taste. So I'm going to interpret it with what I know, and it kind of feels like plum. Feels to me like my interpretation of those flavors I'm getting feels like a combination of plum and a sour cherry. That's kind of what I'm tasting. But I love how that French oak really dries it up. You get that little bit of vanilla right there in the finish, and then you really feel that oak too. It just cleans up beautifully. It is a very interesting beer. I don't think this is available anymore. It was only out for a short time. They didn't put a lot of it out. Oh. My cat wanted out, and I didn't want to let her out, but she insisted she go out. Because it's snowing, man. It's cold. So I just looked for a minute ago, but now she's there yelling at me through the window. To let her in. There we go. My wife's going to get her. And now cars, since you're gone. I love this too. Anyways, I digress. See, I like to, weave a little bit of music in with my videos. It's an incredibly interesting beer. I'm not going to, typically you will see me, in many cases, drink the whole beer over the course of the video. I am not going to do that here because I don't want to drink a beer like this very fast. But it is very interesting. Again, I'm getting a lot of those fruit notes. Black currant, I'm assuming it is very malty. But then again, I don't eat black currant, so I don't really know what that taste is. So for me, it feels a lot like plum. It feels like a sour cherry, and there's certainly some other things going on in there as well. But despite that, despite it being as malty as it is, it doesn't feel overly sweet, which is interesting. It is actually. I don't know if I can still get this or not. I may, if I find it somewhere, I may pick up a 4-pack because it is one that would take some deciphering. So there you go. Hey, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Thanks, Blaine, for bringing me this beer or giving it to me last time I was up there. Tom the Beer Whisperer. You've said that already, man. BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. You all have a good one.